Hello, Patty from Vermont, now in South Carolina. Today we're starting late and hopefully this will be a short video. I hope everyone has had a good week and I hope that you've been able to accomplish many good things and that the bad things were limited and over quickly. On the health front, today I'm at a new low weight-wise since 1993. I have not been this low since 1993, but it's not low at all. It's just down another pound, and I'm thrilled. And I think it's that I've been eating salads more regularly. As far as the organization front, I watched a pretty good video, or at least I started watching a pretty good video on decluttering. It was for old people who have a hard time decluttering or who might have been in their homes for years and haven't had to change. So anyway, I'm gonna put a little note. I can't tell you what the name of it is, but something like 7 ways to declutter your home. And I'll put the title down. But 2 of the things I got out of it quickly, and I haven't watched all the way through. One of them was get rid of chipped items. If you have chipped plates or chipped teacups or whatever, get rid of them. They also suggested getting rid of duplicate kitchen tools. Now, both of those things seem like a good idea to me, and I may try it this week. Another thing, on to things that have happened this week. I spent a fair amount of time in the Family Search Center, and I actually watched a Roots Tech video about family activities from 2024 Roots Tech. The lady's name was Charlene Hagemeyer, I believe, and she talked about things she did with her children and then her grandchildren to help connect them to their ancestors. I thought it was an excellent video, and I'll list that title too. But one of the things she said to do was to start with yourself and make a list of the things that were fun for you to do when you were a little child. And then think about your parents, your grandparents, any of them that you knew, your great-grandparents, and what things they might have done which were on your list of fun things to do. And then do them with your children. She had some very good ideas, and I thought they were great. And of course, one of the reasons I really liked her was that later on, a good portion of her video talked about various fiber things like sewing and weaving and spinning and knitting and crocheting, embroidery. And she said that no matter who you are, at some point back in your ancestry, there were people who did all those things. And she had some simple projects for each one of them. And in all the things that she was doing, she also listed books to read with your children. And she said that for 18 years, or for the 18 years that her children were at home, she read to them every night from various books, and felt like that was a way to help your children be brighter, smarter children. Plus, they would learn to know that you love them. Okay, so this week we only had one finished object, and I'm embarrassed that that's the only thing that I've gotten accomplished, but here it is. This is a mini Yankee Doodle chiclet. The lady her name is Ginger Balch, and she owns a knitting shop called In Sheep's Clothing in Torrington, Connecticut. And I bought this kit from her. I'm going to make some more of these, but I'm going to put a little stuffing in because it's not quite the thing. I've just barely any stuffing, just so that it doesn't, you see how that kind of moofs in? I don't like that. But anyway, she had some different bells. She had these little jingle bell things that you see at Christmas time. But I thought, since this is patriotic, I'd like a Liberty Bell. And I thought this would be kind of Liberty Bell looking. And I found it online. I'll put the link to what it's called online. But that's the only finished object for this week. So since I haven't accomplished a lot, I'm going to quickly go over the works I have in progress. So the first thing is the finest kind sweater I'm knitting for my husband. I'm now up to 13 1/4 inches. It needs to be 15 inches, and then I divide for the top, the front and back, and the sleeves. The next thing is the green vest that I'm making up out of whole cloth, you might say. I've worked on that quite a bit, and I'm up about 4.5 inches from the hem. And you'll remember I showed you the picot hem. It needs to be at least 6 inches long before I get up to the armpit, and then we'll see what I do. I may go further, longer. The test knitting of the socks that I'm doing is going very well. I'm so pleased. They fit so beautifully, and probably the best fitting socks I've ever made. And I'm now on the heel. These heels have 3 wedges in them, and I've finished the second wedge and ready to start the third wedge, and then I'll just go up the legs and I'll get them done. Within the next week, which I may have said last week, I will get them finished. Also, I have been successfully warped the 16-inch Ashford rigid heddle loom with some placemats. I love this cotton yarn. The colors are some kind of blue, a sage green, and an ivory, and it's all warped up now. I also made a DIY tensioning device, and the yarn is on the loom and looks like it was successful. I'm just now waiting to hot glue the little furniture floor protecting cups to the bottom of the loom, and the glue came today, so I will do that this afternoon and then start the actual weaving of the placemats. I'm looking forward to that. Also, this week I've done more spinning, getting ready for Tour de Fleece. I'm looking forward to that. And also, the last 2 things I want to talk about, I'm going to take you on a little trip and show you this. But 4 weeks ago today, I put 10 or 11 grams of wool fiber in a jar with water and avocado pits and skins to solar dye. I also put in about the same amount of fleece into a jar with red onion skins for solar dyeing. And the final jar, I put in I put in, oh my goodness, what it was. It was hibiscus tea bags to see if I could get a red or pink fiber. So I've done that. And also yesterday I put some wild berry zinger herbal tea in a jar with water to make some sun tea. And the reason I did that was because early in the week, my husband and I were watching the Junction Fiber Mill Millcast, and they did an interview with the young people, and I think it was called Free Verse Farm in Chelsea, Vermont. And those people it's an herb farm, and they make herbal teas, dried herbal teas. And the girl I can't remember her name. Anyway, she mentioned making sun tea, and I thought we could do that. We could do that with our tea bags. So anyway, that's what we did. So now I'm going to take you on a little trip and show you a couple of these things. I'll start right here with the loom, not the loom, the spinning wheel. You can see the spinning wheel. Oh, and actually, you see behind it, see that black tub with yellow, let's see, am I showing to you? Yeah, down there. This was my organization project this week, and it doesn't look good to you, but it looks really good to me. So this is all the spinning stuff. Inside the tub is all the fiber that I've got and any other fiber tools that are not the spinning wheel. Plus, you can see that there's some rigid heddles there. There's a 5-dent rigid heddle and a 10-dent rigid heddle. And I mentioned the tensioning device, and I used the pickup sticks there, plus these pieces of PVC pipe. And anyway, I'm thrilled that it worked. And then here is the spinning wheel. It's an Ashford Traveler that my dear friend Elsie gave to me. And this is how much singles I already have started. So, okay, so now we're gonna go on a little trip. We'll go look for, here's the 16-inch rigid heddle loom. You can see it's all ready to go to weave. You've got a pretty good warp. The warp is like 160 inches, and I'll show it to you hopefully next week with the items all done. And here are the little cups that I'm gonna put hot glue on and put them to the bottom of the loom so it doesn't scratch up the floor any more than it's already done. And let's see, and here is a nice container that has some, what do you call them? Stick shuttles for the larger loom. Okay, so now we're gonna look at the other things. Here we are on the porch. Down there is the jar that has got lichen. It's got lichen dye working. That'll be there until September. We shake it every day or so, open it occasionally. Okay, now here we are. Here's the sun tea, the water was cold when I put it in this morning, and now it's warm, and we're going to let it go until evening. And here are the jars of the solar dyeing. Oh, look at that. We got quite a bit of rain today. I'm going to dump that out. And now I'm going to take these out, and we'll see what we have for solar dyeing. I'll let you know about this beautiful 13-quart stainless steel bowl. It was given to us as a wedding gift from my mother, and that was 52 years ago. This thing has been used many times for many different things, starting out with, it was a bowl to put popcorn in, then it was a bowl to put babies in to wash them, and many other things. And now it's going to be for checking out the dye. Now these are, I don't like icky things, but this is pretty icky. So there's, and that's the red onion. This was the avocado. You can see that didn't do anything. And then here's the jasmine tea. Let's see how that goes. Whoa, Nelly, that dropped off there. Well, The jasmine one looks not so bad. Okay, so now I'm gonna, all right, let's see, there's that. We'll get the water out. All right, and then here's the last one. Okay, we're gonna call that good. And I'll wash these and dry them, and next week I'll show you how I turned out. So that's it for today. I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope you'll subscribe to this YouTube channel if you want. Like it if you want. Definitely leave comments. That would be great. Tell me what things you're doing. And we'll see. I'll take care of this mess, which is about as nasty as anything I've ever seen. And so my hope for you is this week for all of us, do good, be good. Let's do it together now. Thanks. Have a great week.